Feeling lucky, punk? Are ya? Let's put that to the test. Now, if you were to play a game of cards, an ace in any game would be a good card. So I want you to go ahead and name any suit out loud. Ace of hearts. Let's see if we can get it. Say stop whenever you like. Right there. Perfect. So you actually, ace of diamonds. I mean, it's not too far off. Here, maybe I can make it up to you. What if that's a lot better. All four aces is probably a better bet anyways. Let's get into it. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Monday. Chris Ramsay to the rescue, here to turn your crappy Monday into something a little more positive. Unless you hate card magic, in that case, please continue having a shitty Monday. Today we're gonna learn something super cool, something I haven't taught on the channel yet, which is a 4-ace production. 4-ace productions are good for many things. They're good for starting off a routine. So if you have a routine where you need 4 aces or 4 of a kind or anything, it's really cool and visual to be able to open up with a visual sort of appearance of the 4 cards that you're going to use. So if you're just walking up to a group of spectators, this is a great way to start engaging with them and off the bat be able to introduce your sort of skill set with a deck of playing cards. So today I'm going to teach you an original 4-ace production that I came up with, how to use it, as well as a cool kicker that goes along with it. So get out your favorite deck of cards. It could be a used deck, plastic deck, paper, bridge size, doesn't matter. Grab a deck because we're going to get into it right now. Let's go. All right, guys, for this trick, you're going to need a deck of cards and 4 of a kind. Doesn't have to be aces, but I prefer aces just because they're easier to sort of recognize, and everybody's familiar with a deck of cards and they know that if you have 4 aces in your hand, you're usually good to go. So this is more of like a demonstration of skill, a visual demonstration of skill. And what I like to do after this, I'll get into that in a second. Here's one of the great things about an ace production is that you're gonna be able to use those cards in a routine afterwards. So it's a good way to sort of segue into what you're going to do instead of being like, okay, for this trick, we're gonna take 4 8, and that's a long, boring process. So instead, you can just start off the bat as an opener and bam, look at that. Actually, we'll use these cards here. Let's try something with them. So the setup is as follows. You'll need all 4 aces on top of the deck. Now there's a little bit of a setup here. The setup can be done really, really quickly. It can almost be done in front of the spectators. It's not that big of a deal. So you get all 4 aces. What I like to do, which I didn't do in the original performance because I kind of wanted to mess up, because if I didn't mess up, you'd be like, well, that's shady. But this is what I normally do. You're gonna leave them all on top of the deck. You're gonna cut about half the deck, slip cut one. So just with your thumb, take one off, flip it around face up. Second one on top of that, and a third one you're gonna put on the bottom of this pile here. Now I like to use the ace of spades here just because that's a card that that's a suit that people will normally name, either spades or hearts. Those are like the 2 things. And the other one remains on top. Now the reason I like to put this here is because as you saw in the presentation, I'll have them name one of the aces. And if they go ahead and name ace of spades, when I end up producing this, boom, that's a little miracle in itself. But if they don't, like I said, you can correct that right away. So again, for the setup, let's get back into the setup here. Whatever card you want to end up showing first, so the card that they're gonna guess, you're gonna put that third from the top, okay? So take about half the deck, and let's say I'm in front of people. This is what it's gonna look like. Boom, and I'm set up. I'm ready to go. I've got everything ready. So that one's gonna be face up underneath another ace. We'll go through that one more time very slowly. You want the ace that you're going to have them guess be third, whether that's ace of hearts or ace of spades, that's up to you. Basically, you take half the deck. With your thumb, you're gonna slip off one and use the deck to sort of flip it over really quickly. 2, 3, but this one I catch a break under so that I can come over with the pack and hold it there with my break. So now it's right here with my break, okay? And I've got the other one on top. Now what you're gonna do is basically a riffle force. So you're gonna hold this break and make sure the break is not visible from the front or sides. You don't want this happening. So keep a break here. You can keep a big break if you like. You can stick your whole finger in there as long as it doesn't show from the front. What I like to do in this presentation is ask them if they're feeling lucky, like they look like somebody who has luck on their side. And if they aren't, that might just change right now. So I'd ask them to just name any suit. We're gonna go for the aces because the aces are like, a better card to have if you're playing cards. So go ahead and name any suit. If they say spade, awesome. If they don't, it doesn't matter. So let's say they do say spade. I run my finger here and I say, I want you to say stop wherever you like. And you just kind of go slowly. And whenever they say stop, you're going to take your finger and you're going to put it into this break. Now you're holding this break back here still, so these are different breaks right now. All right? No matter where they say stop, you're gonna put your finger in that break. I like to slide my finger over. My thumb comes back here and grabs the original break where my pinky is, right? So I'm here, I slide through, my thumb comes here, and I pick up the packet at the break that I held with my pinky, okay? So again, they say stop wherever, right here, slide through, pick that up, and you see how there's like a visual retention? You can't really tell where I stop. Now, even if they go past, that's fine. You're here, it still looks like I cut it exactly where you said stop. And that's the riffle force. That's how you can force a card through riffling. So they say stop wherever, boom, they're here. I come up here, here's how you're gonna grab it. You're gonna use your index and thumb and the rest of your fingers kind of like this here, okay? So kind of like an over-exaggerated grip where all of your fingers, these 3 fingers, are holding the deck like this. And you're going to point to this card. Now, as you point to this card, your ring finger is going to curl up underneath. Now, this is gonna take some practice, but basically, essentially, the move you're gonna do with your ring finger here is you're gonna kick out that card like this and pinch it between these 2 fingers, okay? So the way that works, it's gonna take some friction, and at first, like you might get 2 cards or you might not get 1, but with practice, you'll build up the muscle sort of tension here that you can have, and you'll be able to pop that out right away. Now I use that move for various different changes and steals and all sorts of things, but for an ace production, it's really neat. So again, they say stop wherever they like. My finger comes in there, I grab the whole deck, I curl my finger behind so it's contacting this part of the knuckle here is contacting the deck, okay? I keep the pressure there with these 2 fingers pressing down so that I have some friction when I pull out this card. So I want to show this and tell them, oh, they did get lucky, the ace of spades. Now that might merit an applause in itself, and then you can say something like, but wouldn't it be better to have all 4 aces? Now all I'm doing here, this is very simple again, this is gonna be the hardest move to learn is this here, but once you learn that, this one here, basically you're holding it in dealer's grip, just like so, and your index is just gonna do that, okay? So you're here and your index is just going to do that. Now at first it might be a little slow, after time, it'll pick up speed where you can just pop it out, okay? Just like that. So your index is grabbing it, pulling it back, and curling underneath. They've stopped you, you look at this, and you say, wouldn't it be better, as you come back, your left hand's gonna go forward and your right hand is gonna stay back. So the hand that you have this packet is gonna stay back. And then at one time, you're gonna produce all 4 cards, creating like this cool line of cards, okay? So again, this happens really quickly. Boom, they say stop somewhere. You say, oh, you stopped me right here on the ace. But wouldn't it be better if we had all 4 aces? And just like that, now you have a 4 ace production. And to clean up, if you want to use them, so what I like to do is once I have all these cards out, I like to use these for routine. So now at this point, you can literally just take all 4 aces, cut them to the top, and now you can do, let's say you want to do something with the aces and say, we're gonna do a gambling demonstration. If you had these 4 aces at a table and you're playing poker, I mean, that would be really suspicious. So we're gonna lose them somewhere in the deck. And as we lose them in the deck, here's the interesting part, watch. They appear on top. Now, I'm not gonna go into that, but there are many things you can do with these 4 aces in order to make them appear again. You can do a collector's sort of cannibal card, or all sorts of different things you can do with these 4 aces. Or we can take them and one at a time reveal them again. So if we take these 4 aces and lose them in the middle, right? So now they're lost in the middle somewhere. We're actually, what we're gonna do is we're gonna find these 4 aces one at a time. And how we're gonna do that is quite simple. The first one is in my back pocket. Isn't that crazy? They hold on to that, boom, the second one's here, the third one's here, you got them all on top. But you can produce them in different ways. You can flick them out and say, boom, I got 1 ace here. I actually got an ace over here in this back pocket. If you wanna hold that, I got another ace over here. bam, 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 you're producing aces, you can go into another routine. So that, my friends, is the 4 ace production that I came up with. I hope you liked it. If you like, I can go through it one more time, just really quickly, and sort of give you a real-time view. Now, all 4 aces are on top, so I'm gonna do my setup, which looks like this. Boom, I'm set up. Say stop, right here. You stop me on exactly, oh, the ace of spades. Would you look at that? But wouldn't it be better if we had all 4 aces? Up to you, whatever you wanna do with it, take it and run with it. But that's a cool way to open up a routine, get into there. Plus with that little, you know, name a card and they name the ace of spades, boom, you've produced it right away. That's an amazing little miracle in itself. If they don't, then you kind of say, well, that was close enough. Well, here, wouldn't 4 aces be better? Boom, produce all 4. You know, so it's a great way to just open up, start a routine. I hope you guys enjoy it, play around with it, and that's all I got. Outro. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed that tutorial. Thank you so much for sticking along with me for the ride, and thank you for caring enough to want to learn some more card magic. I really appreciate all of your messages and all of your positive feedback that you guys have. Preparing something cool for next week's tutorial as well, so let me know in the comments what type of material you guys want to learn, whether it's mentalism, whether it's coins, more card stuff, sleights, flourishes, whatever it may be, and I'll jot your suggestions down and come up with something cool for next week. And before I leave, I just want to say I spent the weekend in San Francisco. I surprised a fan. So I showed up to his house without him knowing. I got the whole sort of journey. If that's something you guys want to see, let me know below and I'll post it this week. And guys, thanks for watching again. Namaste. We'll see you on the next one.